Hey everybody, this is Chuck, and welcome to my Iced Earth collection. Been wanting to do this for a while. So this is my collection. Wanted to start off first of all with the Holy Grail. This is the most awesome cassette ever. It is not in perfect shape, but it was given to me, and it was actually damaged in John's basement flood that he had. So it's very special to me. So not in perfect condition, but it means absolutely the world to me. So that's the only cassette in my collection. And from there, we're going to go with the box sets just to kind of clear out my desk here. This is Dark Genesis. This is my first box set. The case is a little bit worn, but this was a Century Media pre-order for myself, so been used a lot over the years. We have the Box of the Wicked, great set, love it, pretty standard in there. This is my Dystopia box set. This is completely signed by the band, one of my favorite things in my collection. And also in here I'll show I have something that a lot of people don't have. This is the Dystopia Tour Edition with the extra disc that has Mob Rules, The Trooper, and Dante's Inferno on it. It's actually kind of cool the way it was made just to slip over that. This was sold on the Dystopia leg where they opened up for Volbeat, and I only saw it on eBay one time, and I snagged it up. So this is, like I said, it looks very cool with the signatures on there. Love that. Plagues of Babylon box set, CD-wise. Got some cool goodies in there. Mine is missing the flask because I sent it to my buddy Mike McGill. So, but still a great, beautiful box set. Okay, that's my box sets. Here's a something I got. I have a stack of the Purgatory comics. That's a kind of an altered version of that one. These comics, I'm not really into them, but I bought them in a lot on eBay, and there's some really cool artwork. I look at the pictures from time to time. There's a bunch on eBay. If you, I didn't know they were out there. I am going to order. There's a few of the figures, so I'm going to order at least one of those figures to set on my desk. Okay, I'll do some of my video cassettes or my DVDs. This is a Purgatory. It's a very cool, unofficial, but still very cool. Festivals of the Wicked, one of my favorite sets. 2 shows with Matt, one with Tim. Here's an unofficial Matt's last show. Great show. Here's a Something Wicked show that I was at Bogart's here in Cincinnati. Tremendous set list. My buddy Ryan filmed that. I have another Something Wicked show from Columbus, Ohio. I have a Chicago Glorious Burden show. Gods in General, still with my Glorious Burden stuff. The Gettysburg official DVD. I have the Alive in Athens. Grass Pop 2013 with Stu, great show. Pro Shot, volume's down a little bit, but still very watchable. Plagues of Moscow, not a very good show. Another unofficial video. This one's actually one of my favorites. I actually like this show a lot. Bloodstock. Mr. Hyde in Paris. This is cool artwork, cool and everything, except for the show is just garbage, quality wise. Not that the show is garbage. And here's a Montreal show. So lots of unofficial and official videos there. Okay, now off to CDs. These are kind of my, I got a special stack because they don't fit in my CD case. This is something that came out recently. It's got one track from each of the albums. It's you can only get it from Greece. I think that's rather cool. Here's the framing 3-inch little deal. That's a really cool thing. This is one of my favorite rarities. This was on the Dystopia tour. I actually love this. Love this re-recording of Dante's. Stu did an amazing job on it. This is one of my few promos I got. It's signed by Matt and John. After I complete my collection of vinyls here in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start to promos thanks to my promo king buddy. He's been turning me on to those. This is a very cool item. This is the Glorious Burden, completely signed by all 5 members. So that's cool. Here is the Enter the Realm of the Gods. I am not a huge fan of digipacks, but this is the only way you could get this, that, and on the box set, so I have that one. Ancient Curion digipack. This is the 2-disc and the DVD version. Podcast in Stone video, or this is the audio of some of our recordings. Thanks, Jason. That's amazing. This is Alive in Athens. This is one of my things that I pre-ordered. So the outside is a little worn, but pre-order back in the old Century Media days. This is one of my favorite kind of deluxe books of horror show. I love the slip case and really nice, hard. I kind of wish every disc came out like this because I really like the packaging of that a lot. One of my favorite covers, Reckoning single. Love that. Framing, another one from where I had that before I got the box set. Okay, that's it for my specialties. Here's my standard jewel cases, which are my favorites. First item is the first album completely signed. Thanks to Mike, Gene, all those guys that made that possible. That's awesome. Just love this CD. Here's another different version of it. That's signed by just Randall and Gene. Here's this is signed by all 5. Thanks Abel and Randall, John for signing that for me as well. Here's yet another version of that. So I have 3 different versions of the first album. That one's signed by Randall and Gene as always. Okay, now we're off to Night of the Storm Rider. I call this the Wizard version. This is signed by Greeley and John. Here's my signed by the man John Greeley. Here's my favorite cover of the Storm Riders. That's signed by Greenlee and Schaefer. Schaefer was giving Greenlee some crap for signing so big on that. I thought that was kind of funny. There's my 4th version of Storm Rider. Love this CD. It's my favorite CD of all time. Burnt Offerings. This is an album that just grows on me constantly. Love this album. This is the reworked cover. I like it. signed by Matt. Here's the original. Love this album. Beautiful artwork, signed by Matt. This is a Creator Failure. This is a live recording from Germany in '95. It's a weak at best recording, but I love the artwork and it's kind of a cool addition to my collection. Days of Purgatory. This is the single disc version on Digipack. This is one of the old school ones I got a long time ago. Here is the 2-disc version. Love that. Dark Saga. I know there's different versions of that. Mine is the colorful CD there. This one is signed by Matt. Freaking love this album. And if some of these are out of order, it's just because it's the way they fit in my CD case. This is Something Wicked. This is signed by Larry, John, Matt, and Brent. This is such a cool addition to my collection. Here's the Melancholy EP. That's signed by Larry Tarnowski. We are off to the greatest live album of all time, Alive in Athens. This is the 2-disc version. Love that. Here is the 3-disc version. This wasn't available in the US. This is the jewel case with them separated. Thank you, Jason, for this addition to my collection. I love it. I just love jewel cases. Not a big Digipack fan at all. Here's my favorite artwork from Iced Earth. Just love this CD. This one's signed by Larry, Matt, and John. I'll be seeing the bass player with Testament this summer, so I'm really hoping to have him sign that for me. Here's the Frankenstein EP. It's got those tour dates with Anthrax and Judas Priest that never happened. Century Media, if you're watching, I would love to see a little 45 release of this on vinyl. That would be so cool to have a picture disc of that. This is a live horror show from Philadelphia, 2002. Thank you, John Baylor, for that addition to my collection. Here's a Montreal 2002 disc. This is pretty decent quality. I love the set list around this time. That's actually a pretty decent CD. Here is the Tribute to the Gods. This is Icarus, that kind of weird label. Not a US release. I remember I waited like 2 months for this one because I wanted the jewel case instead of the Digipack that was offered in the US. Glorious Burden. This is mine is missing a track that's not on the other one. It's different from the one that Jason has. So some of those have different track listings on there, but love that artwork as well. Here's a Ripper Owens Vancouver show from 2004. South Park theme. Kind of like that cover. Okay. Blessed in the Damned. This is a neat little set. My biggest gripe, and this would be such a cool thing to have had signed by a lot of different people that's been in the band over the years, but the book is so thick that it's just so hard to get out of there. That the book has got a lot of cool information on there, so that's a pity that it's like that. But this is a cool set nonetheless. Okay, Crucible of Man. This is signed by all 5. I love that artwork. This is the 2-disc version. I like that second. You can find these pretty cheap on eBay as well. So if you don't have that, look for it. This is another one that's just an artwork that I absolutely love. This is Festivals of the Wicked, completely signed by the Barlow version of the two different sets. I love this. These are very good quality. I just wish they would have picked one of the three shows instead of doing like a best of the three. So it just, to me, it would have been better just to have had any of the one complete shows. So that's just my opinion. Dystopia, jewel case, signed by the band. Love this. Here is the little Dystopia bonus. This is usually just referred to as +5 or whatever. This is signed by Troy for now. So that's kind of a cool little thing. Live in Ancient Curion, signed by all five. Just finally got that one done by Troy a couple weeks ago. So love this set. This is the non-DVD version. Plagues of Babylon, one of my favorite artworks as well. Signed by the band. Love it. This is one that I didn't know existed until Jason turned me on to it not that long ago. This is the Scarecrow version with the close-up on Set's face. But Scarecrow Records on the back is the big difference. But I love this. I love the choice of both artworks. That's signed by Troy. Love that. Here is a Plagues live show called Plagues of Brazil. This is actually awful. Horrible recording. Live at First Avenue in Minneapolis. This is actually a pretty decent recording. I've listened to this one several times. Okay. Incorruptible. Love this album. I was hoping that my jewel case would have been here by now. It's on the way because I want to be able to display my book there, signed by the band last month. So as soon as that comes, I will switch out the cases for those and put that in there. But love this album. That grows on me like every day. And this is probably the newest regular CD to my collection. This is the Incorruptible World Tour from Germany. It's got the extended set. I wanted to have a version of Stu doing the Something Wicked trilogy. So it's okay. It's listenable, but not great quality. So hopefully something better will come out from that. Those are my regular CDs. That brings me to side projects. We have a Jake Dreyer CD, signed. This is actually Jason's, so this will be shipping out to Jason soon. This is my version of this. It's just a little 3-song EP that somebody told me about that was on eBay, so I picked it up at a really good price, but now you can't find them on there, so if you can find one, good luck with that. And these are in no order. Ashes of Ares, signed by Matt. I absolutely love this album. I'm going to add a jewel case of this very soon. Demons and Wizards. Thanks, people in the group, for sharing those vinyl picture disc of these just recently, because now I have to have them. So I actually like this disc a lot. I actually like both of them a lot, but I need to give them more spins. Tim, I used to have all of his stuff on CDR, but I'm just now, as soon as this vinyl phase is done, I complete that, I'm going to go through and finish my my side projects and get Absolva and Witherfall and stuff like that. This is the Jacob's Well CD. This is the first one that ever came off, so thank you, Gene, for that. Love you, buddy, for that. This is a great CD. These are still available. Love this acoustic music from the man, Gene. We have Bloody Times. That's a side project of John Greeley. He is on a couple songs on this. Um, I think they're still available as well, so I really like that a lot. Seventh Servant. Can't speak enough about this. I love this CD. Um, I actually was lucky enough to get the first one off the press for that one as well. So, John Greeley, thank you so much. Pyramaze, autographed by Matt. Love this CD. I should listen to it more. Where's my Luke at? Oh, here it is. And the last one is it wasn't in my normal stack because I had to get this out of my CD player. This is Luke Appleton's new CD. Freaking love it. It's got some of the catchiest, just sing-alongest songs. Seriously, get that today. So that brings me to my vinyl collection. And we'll start with the Calling, the little single there. I love that. This was sent to me by John. Thank you so much for that. Vinyl number 2, we have, this is the Enter the Realm of Purgatory. This is a nice little set. It's got some Purgatory demos on there, as well as the Enter the Realm. There's blue copies and black copies of this. I was lucky enough to get a blue copy. For it being old demos that I'm not sure where they came from, it's actually very listenable to hear that stuff, and it's got my favorite version of Colors on there with Gene singing that, so that sounds amazing. Here is my Storm Rider vinyl. This is almost all my vinyls are re-released because I just recently got a record player, so I love the 180, and they sound terrific. So I love that. Almost all these are the U.S. presses, so I won't get the vinyls out because they're just standard black. I love this artwork. I'm so happy with that. Dark Saga vinyl, love it. Something Wicked. Horror Show. I've seen a red one online recently, and it's really calling out my name, so I in no way need it, but it just probably will have to be mine. I love Horror Show. Here's one that's not as commonly seen around. I did hear recently that John had mentioned at one of the meet and greet deals that SPV were going to be re-releasing their vinyl, so I really hope that they do, just because it'd be cool to make it easily accessible for those people that don't have it. That's a great vinyl. It sounds tremendous on vinyl. Here's one of my favorite pieces in the collection. This is, at this point, they were a 3-piece band, and just Tim, Brent, and John, and their signatures are all in there, as well as Troy was the guest musician on that one, so I got Troy to sign that recently too, so that's one of my favorite pieces, one of my favorite covers. Crucible, this was kind of like the Glorious Burden on SPV. There's not a lot of them just circulating around, so I really hope that they re-release that on vinyl. This would look great in like a dark blue. If they release that, I'd be all over that. Here is Dystopia, signed by Troy. This is love this album. Ancient Curion. This is the just the standard black, but there's a blue one out there that is quite a bit more expensive in the U.S. So I just went with the black. But that's a great sounding disc. Stu sounds phenomenal on. Here is the Plagues EP. You can see the signature down there by Troy. This was pretty expensive for a while, and they recently had some out on the U.S. tour. I guess they found in the archives. If they would have had it in my city, I would have definitely bought just an extra copy to keep sealed. So congratulations to those people that just got them at a great deal, because mine was rather expensive. Here is the record store day deal with Plagues of Babylon. This is kind of the official bootleg. These, it sounds amazing, but the discs are just completely white. So sometimes you get them mixed up, and you have to put them on to see which side you're listening to. But this is I guess there's only 500, and mine's 122. So I love this vinyl right there. This is one of my recent vinyls I just picked up. This is the green, and it looks amazing. And sounds just absolutely awesome. So I've already spun that twice. Gene sounds terrific on this album, and it's one of my favorites. So I waited for a while to get it, because I was waiting on the green, and I finally found a good deal on the green. So I'm glad I did. Here is the Incorruptible. And like I said, some of these are just out of order because they're on different places in my shelves. This is the tour exclusive orange. Beautiful package that unfortunately I heard is already sold out. So look at that orange. Here's I know it's hard to see the set stitching on there, but that's just amazing. Orange is the perfect color for this colored vinyl, actually. So this is definitely one of my favorite pieces. I love the orange. I'm a sucker for those colored vinyls. I'm actually currently watching a clear one right now that I totally don't need, but will probably have in my collection soon. So Incorruptible sounds, as I think all these albums do, they sound better on vinyl. But I just love that album. Okay, here's the Incorruptible art book. If you only get one version of this, I suggest this one. Just amazing. Just some of the artwork in here. It's a little more expensive, but it's awesome. Mine got that signed at the VIP. The only thing, and this one actually, if you don't have the CD, it comes with the CD as well. The only thing I don't like about these is the they come out of this section here, and it's really, really tight. So I don't like to pull these out a lot, but I'll pull it out here. Mine is red, so but they're awesome. So I definitely wanted the orange, that way I wouldn't have to pull out these to listen to. So this one is just definitely a cool art piece. Incorruptible signed. This is something I found on eBay. This is it's called Heavy in Russia, and it's there's only 50 of these made. This is on the Plagues tour, and it's only a little 2-song EP. It's got Watching Over Me and Iced Earth Live, and I'm so glad. I only seen it on eBay once, and it's just a very cool. I wish there was more vinyl bootlegs for Iced Earth for sure, but this is only 50 of these made, so I've never seen it show up any other time. So where the other 49 are, I don't know, but this is one of my favorite pieces as well. Okay, here's my second Plagues of Babylon box set. This is the vinyl version. It's kind of like the Alive in Athens box. I love it. It comes with the like a CD book that's big. Comes with those folded up posters that Jason loves. And the gold looks amazing with this concept. So this one is the 3-disc version, all gold. These aren't super hard to find, but they're a little bit pricey. So I think this is just a great set. I love that gold with this. I love covers that have the vinyl matching the color of the covers. I hate it when there's just a random cover that doesn't even fit the scheme. Just my pet peeve. So Plagues of Babylon vinyl box set. Great addition. And my last vinyl is the one that I bought before I even had a record player. Alive in Athens, the greatest live album of all time. And I haven't taken this to get signed just because the box, I'm just so afraid it's going to get, I don't want it damaged in any way, so I just leave it at home. But I love that all these are picture disc. If you've never seen this before, this is just awesome. Purgatory. I do wish they would have, instead of Purgatory, done the first album, picture disc instead. But there's really some cool stuff on there. And Century Media supposedly is going to be re-releasing this on vinyl, so I'd love for them to do a Live in Athens in a kind of like a light blue or blue. That would be amazing, with the 180 gram without the picture disc. So this is the first vinyl that I bought before I even had a player. It's just a cool set. I won't undo the poster, but standard poster. So I bought this vinyl set on eBay before I even had a player, just because I had to have it. It's just beautiful to look at. And this vinyl box set is actually the reason why Podcast and Stone exists, because I seen Jason's video review of Alive in Athens, and I said that is the guide to do the show with. So thank you, Jason, for helping me. Oh, there's one more vinyl. Last and certainly not least, this is my favorite piece in my collection. This is the Night of the Storm Rider test press, signed by John out of his personal collection. And you can see it's got one signature there, and then it's signed on the inside as well. So, John, this is just an amazing piece. It's on my wall. I look at it every day. I love it. It's the greatest album of all time. So thank you for that. But just wanted to also give thanks to Jason for helping me record this. And that's my collection as of right now. I still have a few items on the way. My Incorruptible and my my tribute to the Gods vinyl is on the way. It's been on the way for like 3 weeks from Australia. So this is episode 1 of Chuck's collection. Unfortunately, it grows. I'm a sucker for those vinyls, so there'll be another part. So thanks for watching. And again, thanks, Jason, for helping me record this. Have a good day, all. Thanks.
Thank you to our Patreon supporters, especially our Wicked Tier supporters, Christopher Olofsson and Donald J. Thomas. It means a lot to us that you are supporting the podcast in this way, and we couldn't thank you enough, guys. Thank you so much.